Hey everyone, welcome back to another earnings live stream. So the market just closed. Palantir was actually down 2.69%, and Bitcoin's sitting at that 71,800 level, struggling a little bit here, but to really get above or stay above that 73 area, but obviously still performing exceptionally well here recently. Next, we really have big earnings coming out here, so I think it's worth buckling up and getting ready for these. We've got Microsoft coming out. We got Meta coming out. Microsoft just came out. Microsoft comes out with a beat, 65.6 billion versus 64.5. Intelligent Cloud, 24 billion. EPS, $3.30. Azure up 34%. Cloud revenue also beats 38.9. So Microsoft just out. That looks pretty good so far. So let's go ahead and pull up Microsoft. Microsoft barely moving on this, actually. Yeah, you can kind of see it's a little all over the place. Revenue, it is a revenue beat. We are now also waiting for Meta. That comes out at 410. We've got Coin. Coin's coming out. That is not out yet. Hood comes out at 5 after. Then we're looking for... Let's see here. Carvana comes out today as well as Roku. That's a busy earnings day. Etsy comes out. Starbucks comes out. Oh, this is going to be entertaining. We got a lot to look at here. So I'm looking forward to this. Okay, Etsy, get a little bit on the consumer there. We'll have DoorDash. And I'm really, personally, I'm looking forward to as much as I can get on guidance from these companies. But right now, no guidance there from Microsoft other than just we know we have an EPS beat. Oh, interesting. Look how long it took for the market to actually start moving on that. It's kind of remarkable. It seems to be... it's almost like there's some kind of delay in them actually moving here. Oh, is MicroStrategy reporting today? MSTR? No, I don't see it reporting today, but maybe it is, and I just don't see it. That's down about. I'll look. It's down about 3% in afters, but we will take a peek. Let's see our individual. Yep, it came out. MicroStrategy comes out with revenue of 116 mil versus 122. Digital assets Q3 of 6.85 billion versus the estimate of 6.91. So it looks like holding a little bit less Bitcoin maybe than some had thought. And then the revenue's coming in a little bit softer there at 116 mil versus the 122 expected. Well, they're still coming in with revenue. So I mean, good for them. Some other ones that we'll get that'll be a little probably less prominent for what it's worth. I don't know who still uses it, but eBay's coming out. I know a lot of people like Lemonade. I think they're a great service, but definitely a money-losing company. So we'll see what happens here with some of these. So looking again at Microsoft. Microsoft is up about its 2%. You actually had Tesla turn red into the close. That's interesting. I saw most of the day it seemed like Tesla was green, so that's a little bit of a surprise. And we are at, we'll go out to 1330. There we go. Okay, so let's just write down what we have so far for some of these. So that's going to be Microsoft. And it's worth noting their EPS beat is about... what is that? That is about 6.1%. 6.1% beat on EPS. Cloud revenue beat by 2% beat on cloud rev at 38.9 bill at 330 a share for EPS. And yeah, no indications yet there on guidance. Waiting for Meta, Coin, Hood, Carvana. Roku is out. Roku sees a loss per share of 6 cents. The estimate was 33 cents. But that's interesting. Their gross profit forecast missed by about 11 mil for Q4. So Roku comes in with a Q3 6-cent loss versus 33 cent beat. However, the Q4 forecast And Q3 revenue beat by, roughly, I'll say roughly 4%. That is at 1.06 billion. But the Q4 level came in at $465 million of gross profit versus 476.8 mil expected, which is a miss of about 2.5%. Okay, fine. Looks like we just got a bunch of other ones that come through. Meta comes through. Okay, Meta meets. So a meet on Meta. Ad rev beat a smidgen. Revenue beat a smidgen. Operating income beat actually very nicely. Q4 guide, that is a beat. Q4 guide's a slight beat as well. That's pretty good. CapEx, a little higher than expected, but still good. Robinhood comes in with $319 million of transaction-based revenue versus the estimate of $333 million. They miss. Monthly active users miss bigly at 11 million versus 12.26 expected. Big drop in active users there at Robinhood, not good. Then you have Starbucks, comp sales negative 6%, ouch. China, negative 14%, net revenue 9 bill. Comp sales negative 7%. North America, comp sales negative 6%. That ain't great either. Etsy, gross merchandise sales to decline, low to mid single digit percentage. Miss, active buyers miss, EPS miss. Revenue beats a little bit, and take rate beats a little bit, but volume's down. DoorDash is that's a beat on Q4 guidance. Guidance for gross order volume, that's a beat. EBIT is a beat. DoorDash Q3 EPS beats very large beat on that, so that's pretty good. And eBay actually comes in with a teeny tiny beat, it looks like. Okay, I want to see how some of these things are moving, and then I'm going to get a little bit more granular into some of these. So, first, did we get coin yet? Oh, Coinbase Rev, miss. 1.13 billion versus 1.25 expected. So I'll write that down. Coinbase, you're looking at 1.13 bill in rev versus 1.25 billion expected. That would be a miss of, that's a miss of 9.6%. That's pretty big. And Q4 guide on subscription and services is coming in with a midpoint of, well, that's 75 divided by 2, 537. No, let's see here. 37.5 plus 505, 542, 542.5 midpoint. Okay, so that's coin. I don't have much else yet on coin. Somebody's saying, why is Meta down? Significant capital expenditures growth in Q. Okay, well, there you go. Meta still sees significant capital, I'll just say CapEx, growth in 2025. CapEx midpoint 39 billion for 2025. And their prior estimate was that they would be at about 38.5. So 39 divided by 38.5. It's only about a 1.3% boost. So I don't think it's the amount. It sounds more like it's the commentary that's hitting there. And then their revenue beats for Q4 46.5 at the midpoint. It's about an 80 basis point beat. Guide beat on revenue. So 80 basis point guide beat on revenue, which is, it's on the more nominal side, right? And then advertising income beat by like 45 basis points on Q3 ad rev. Yeah, okay. And Reality Labs revenue 270 mil versus 312. That's always a pisser for investors too. Because they burn so much money on the Reality Labs. Expected. Okay. MicroStrategy is now down 7%, 7.5%. Coinbase is down about 3.5%. This is crappy. Then you've got, oh, lordy. Robinhood. Hey, is that right? Are you serious? Look at that. How many within how many cents of my line is that right there? 6 cents of your boy Meet Kevin's line on Robinhood. It's still a pretty big hit though. 13% on Hood. It's interesting. I was actually doing some fundamental analysis on Robinhood earlier. Their forecast revenue growth was like, it just like flatlines. You know, like they had a bunch of revenue growth, EPS growth, and then it flatlines. So it's kind of weird. And I think that might be a little bit of what you're seeing here. Okay, let's see. Robinhood. So Q3, I don't think did they give guide? No, I don't see guide. So I'm going to write no guide yet. And then I do see Q3 EPS 17 cents versus 18 cents expected. I mean, that's not the big issue. The big issue is Q3 monthly active users coming in at 11 mil versus 12.26 expected. You know, that's not great because that's 11 divided by 12.26. That's 10.2% on a miss on users. Transaction-based revenue also missed at 319 versus 333 divided by 0.2. About a 4.2 Q3, 4.2% miss on transaction-based revenue. Assets under custody come in a little bit higher at 152.2 versus 151. And crypto revenue comes in at 61 versus 71 expected. Although I think that might actually end up being a little bit better this quarter because, you know, things have done decently here. Okay. Okay. So the Qs are dropping a bit after this. And was that Enphase was down again today? My goodness. Reddit ended up 42% though. That's pretty remarkable. Nvidia was down a little bit too. Nvidia feels like it's just sort of topped out, huh? It seems like everything was down today. Yeah, crazy. Okay, so let's go look at. Okay, Carvana comes in. Retail. Oh, Carvana's up 9%. Oh my gosh. Carvana don't stop. Look at that. Carvana retail vehicle unit sales 108,000 versus the 106 expected. So more volume. 108,651 vehicle sales versus 106,702 expected. I mean, that's only like a 2% beat, but there's got to be some big numbers here. Oh yeah, the EBITDA is huge. Adjusted EBITDA beat of 429 mil versus estimate of 326.8 mil. So that's almost that's $100 million difference there on EBITDA. And a EBITDA margin at 11.7% versus 9.56% expected. So margin beat more, and it depends what they're adjusting out in their adjusted EBITDA, but not bad. Not bad, I gotta say. Okay. So let's see Etsy. Oh, Etsy up 8%, even though you're seeing a decline. Wow, that's interesting. So Etsy must be, maybe that's sort of marking a bottom there. Q3 gross merchandise sales, 2.9 billion versus 2.97 bill expected. Then we had Q3 take rate, 22.7% versus 21.9% expected. That's pretty good. Then you had revenue, Q3 rev at 662.4 mil versus 652.4 mil expected. However, that Q3 EPS misses at 45 cents versus 52 cents expected. And Q3 active buyers miss at 96.71 versus million versus the 96.96 million, although that's pretty close, it seems like. And then Q4 gross merchandise sales to decline low to mid single digits. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they say on the earnings call. If like this is this the end of the pain for Etsy or what, right? So that'll be important. Yeah, because it's already like this is such a low float stock. Like there's so little movement in the stock. It seems like, you know, even though you got a pump here and afters, it might just end up bleeding. Okay. Wow, Carvana. Really nice, though. Look at Carvana's move. 234. Have we been here before? Wow. We fell right through it a long time ago. This is just the fibs. This is remarkable, just where this one's going. Okay, well, Coinbase down about 6%, back under 200. Robinhood's down 12. Okay, where's Microsoft? Wow, Microsoft's almost completely given up. It's after the Bell move here, and then Meta. Is Meta still falling? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know. I don't think, yeah, there's no guidance here from Microsoft. But let me look at sheets here. Sure. Yeah, people aren't enthused about the spending plans. That's fine. Somebody is asking about Lemonade. Lemonade's not out yet. You have a big call on it? Ouch. Did T-Doc report today? eBay shares sink 21%. Wow. Yeah, unfortunately, I just feel like, you know, as a kid, I used to eBay stuff, but it just feels like it sort of died since, you know. Midpoint Q4 guide 119 per share versus 123 expected. So what is that, like a 3.5-ish% miss there on EPS, but also net rev guide missing. Yeah, active buyers still 133 million active buyers though. I mean, that's wild. That is actually wild. 100 in Q3, 133 million active buyers in Q3. That's more than Etsy. That's also wild. More people still using eBay than people are using Etsy. That's very interesting. All right. Etsy's still holding on here. Oh, yeah. See, Etsy's trying to pump. And then eBay down about 10%. Okay. What about Lemonade still not out? MicroStrategy we saw down. DoorDash. Oh, Dash actually fell despite beating. I don't know if it's just run too much or what. Let me see here. It's possible. And it's only down 1.4% or something like that, so not bad. Okay. All right, let's see here. Gold's almost at 2,800, by the way. And yields have ticked up a bit. We're still sitting around that 4.3 level. Really seems like there's like a ceiling there. You know, like you're kind of bumping your head against the ceiling. It's what it feels like at 4.3. Who knows? How's Starbucks doing? S-Bucks. Down a smidge. That's not bad. Roku's down quite a bit. Roku. Yeah, wow, and Roku's already been in the toilet. But Roku down another 8%. Oops. Okay. Still no lemonade. Robinhood we covered. Coinbase covered. Meta narrowly beat on AI boosting advertising revenue. Okay. Carvana sees used car sales giving them a push. Ah. Used cars accelerating. Carvana. Got it. Okay. Let's go to some of these statements. AI contributed 12 points to Azure revenue growth. Ooh. And what's the stock doing now? No, it's still up 1%. Qs are still down a little bit, though. Okay. So let's go to the Microsoft and Meta statements. So Meta, Investor Relations. All right. Here's Meta. We had a good quarter, driven by AI progress. We also have strong momentum with Meta AI, Llama adoption, and AI-powered glasses. This is just, like, annoying at this point, but okay, fine. We had a good quarter. Like, I want to be a CEO one day, and the cover line of my earnings call is, we had a good quarter. That's it. Daily active people, 3.2 billion. I don't know how you can have that many people active. Like, you got to be, like, multi-counting people. That just seems crazy. It's just like, are you counting people twice, like when they're on Instagram and on Facebook? You know, is that like 2? Family daily active people. It just sounds like a scam. But maybe it's not. Let's find out. Let's go to the annual report. 10K. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Daily active people. Daily active people. We define a daily active person as registered and logged in user of Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, basically the family of products, who visited at least one of these family products through a mobile device on a single day. We do not require people use a common identifier or link their accounts to multiple products in our family, and therefore must seek to attribute multiple user accounts within and across multiple products to individual people. Right. Okay, that's confusing. So yeah, basically, if you open up Instagram and Facebook, you're 2 people. Dude, that's a scam, man. That's a scam. I mean, that's exactly what I thought they would do, but that just does seem a little shystery. But then I'm like, half the people in the world are not using Facebook on a daily basis. So they count someone who opens Threads, IG, and Facebook separately as 3 people. Ad impressions over the family of apps up 7% year over year. Price per ad increased 11%. Wow. It could actually be a sign of like more companies competing for fewer dollars, right? More companies competing for less spend. Costs were up 14%. CapEx, capital return program, whatever. Headcount. Wow, a 9% increase year over year. Wow, Meta's hiring. Meta is high, in case anybody wants to know. Oops. Ah! Oh my god. Adding jobs. Okay. We expect the fourth quarter 2024 total revenue to be in a range of 45 to 48. Revenue guidance, that's fine. Okay. Prior range of this. For Reality Labs, we continue to expect an operating loss. Okay. Fine. Yeah, I mean, net income's up substantially, though, from last year. Higher margins on those ads. Costs barely went up, but their income went up a lot. R&D up. I mean, marketing and sales is flat. G&A shrunk. This is actually, I mean, they make money. These people crank. Cash flows. I mean, we got like $16 billion of cash flow. And current liabilities of 33, but got cash of 43. I mean, you're well capitalized. Well capitalized, better margins, cranking cash flow, solid growth. What's not to like other than the user count being a bit funny? Basically, spend on Reality Labs. And probably the AI. Will that be profitable? In the meantime, they've got plenty of profit. Okay. So not bad. Not bad on Meta. What about Microsoft? Or do they make it hard? Press release? No. Wow. Hey, really hard to figure out where to go. Investor relations. Events? No. Filings? Got it. 10Q. Here's Microsoft. It's another one that usually shows massive beats. And they have a lot bigger margins, by the way, than Apple, or significantly larger margins than Apple, because no lemonade yet. They're not, they're not making the phones. They're just doing software. So, I mean, $65 billion of total revenue, and their costs are 20. This is incredible. They did ramp up their sales and marketing a little bit, finally. Because it just seems like everybody goes to them without you having to ramp up your sales and marketing. R&D did ramp up. Yeah, I mean, their costs finally ramped up. But operating income's up substantially as well, so it seems to me you're doing just fine here. EPS is up like 10% year over year. That's great. Ridiculously asset rich, too. Yeah. I mean, look at some of this money. So we've got cash and cash equivalents of about $80 billion. They don't really hold inventories. So we got $80 billion here. We do have current liabilities, but a lot of these are unearned. Like this unearned, we're not going to count. So we have enough cash to cover all of our short term, and they don't actually have that much long-term debt. So the company that can print. I didn't see the cash flow. Here it is, net cash from operations. Yeah, I mean, they don't really have plant, property, and equipment that much. Okay, 15. Oh, that is pretty decent, actually. So 19 billion bucks of cash flow. $19 billion of cash flow in 3 months. This is a behemoth. 19 bill cash flow in 3 months. Fortress, balance sheet, massive margins. Another one. What's not to like? Very impressive. We'll look at Hood quickly. Coin's already been out. They're down about 4%. So let's just take a quick look here. Okay, we're gonna call this Hood. Okay, I can't seem to get it as a PDF. Oh, I'll press that. Oh, there we go. Really proud of Q3. Engine is humming. New desktop offering. Index options futures. Realized profit and loss tools coming soon. Election market. Assets under custody of, I mean, gosh, up 76% year over year. That's really good. Robinhood Legend, a powerful, sleek, browser-based trading platform built from the ground up for active traders. Nice. And let's look at some of their numbers. Cash, 4.8. We got segregations, which aren't theirs. Payables to users, not their problem. Crypto, that's fine. Securities loan, that's fine. They actually don't really have that many bills. I mean, other current liabilities here are like nothing. Non-current liabilities are like nothing. This is an almost debt-free company. Nice. $24. Nice revenue growth. 36% year over year. OpEx shrunk. That's amazing. Yeah, down 10%. And then net income from a loss up to 150. 150 mil? Dude, that's nice. Wow, Robinhood made $150 million? It's actually a pretty good quarter, honestly. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah, it is a little small. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. 3 months ended June, 188. So the problem is their revenue declined. And that's the growth thing I was talking about. You know, when you get this decline, quarter over quarter. Everything declined quarter over quarter. That's why people are sad. Yep. All right, so what we got here? So it looks like we ended up having Roku down 4%. Carvana up 19. Etsy up 11. Wow, Etsy. MicroStrategy down 6. Coin down 3. Tesla down 22. Hood's down 10. Yeah, people don't like that. And DoorDash only 0.81. Meta's only down 1 and a bit. It's not a big deal. Microsoft's still up. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, I think that's what you got for earnings here. So it's fun hanging out. I still don't have lemonade. So anyway, I gotta go. See y'all on the next one, folks. Thanks for being here. Goodbye. Good luck.